Good evening, everybody. Let's get this live stream on the go. All right. And here we are. Turn this down a bit. We just turned it off. A bit funky though. All right. Hope everyone's having a nice evening. I've been thinking and doing a little bit of research on my problem from yesterday. So let's see where we're at. So yesterday we managed to get a working navigation system with dynamic buttons, just to catch people up to where we are. We've got a game object. Game object is our game scene. It's going to have all our controls and a little picture of where we are. We've got a location, so we can navigate around those locations. You can see we've got quarters, elevators, all sorts of things here. We've got the player, so we haven't really developed that yet, but we're thinking perhaps of looking at some RPG aspects, but quite interesting. And we've started on the user interface. So yesterday we abstracted the user interface into its own object here, and tonight, I'm hoping can fix this issue. So the issue was that here's our screen. You can see the screen has this blue box around it. And our user interface looks insanely complicated. I won't say I'm an expert. I don't know if I'm doing it right. So I might watch another video in a second, try and get a little bit of, just learn a little bit more about the different aspects and elements you can use. But we've got a horizontal box container. Excuse me, a bit hoarse today. And inside that, inside that horizontal box container, we've got a main screen controller and an interface controller. So these are both VBox containers, which I think means that you can have stuff, boxes stacked, whereas a horizontal box container means you've got boxes stacked horizontally. Makes sense. But then we've got this location image here. So I've set the image here to this picture of a bedroom. And the problem seems to be that when we run this, it just goes, there we go. Let's have a look. Look at that. It just takes over the full size. I tried changing the resolution of the project. That didn't make any difference. I'm going to just make that a little bit more usable right now. I'm just going to drop it back down to 800 by 600 just for testing purposes. Okay, just run it again. I mean, same thing. We really want everything to scale according to our settings. So, although you can see the window here, it's now here. But you can't see the test label. In fact, when you run it, that is not what's appeared there. We should see the full back. We're seeing a tiny little corner. So I think the first thing we can do, I think this is the overall HBox container has everything inside it. So if I just full rectangle that, ooh, interesting. It does look like the location image can only ever be as big as it is. I wonder if I scale it. I wonder if it'll stretch into it. Let's try that. Scale it to like half. Right, scaled it. and then full rect. This full rect, I don't know what it's doing. It's like, this doesn't seem to want to. What am I moving? Children of a container get their position size determined only by their parents. What's that? Bottom overlay. All right, okay. So messed up. So messed up. I think at the moment I'm just going to delete that other half. If I get rid of this image, start again here. Okay, there we go. And we can see inside our image, or over our image, we have an image overlay, a top overlay, a top middle, a mid, and a bottom. Who knows what's happened to those? So it just looks like all the sizes are all gone a bit skew with. Let's sort that. Don't know what's happened to this one. Oh, it's hidden. There we go. Must have tapped that by accident. Okay. Right, we're back to normal. If I hit play there, that should work, and we should see the buttons as well. Whoa. Oh, of course, we're loading the images in dynamically based on the location. So we start in the quarters. Therefore, we've got this image. So just clear that out. Press play. Okay, so it's kind of how we wanted it. So we can see the elevator button. We press it, and we're in the elevator. So I'm going to shrink these images down. You're going to have to excuse me using Ace Bright for this. Ace Bright, because it's probably not the right tool, but I'm just trying to use it for everything. Try and get used to using it. Assets, backgrounds, elevator. Okay, how do we shrink this down? Frame, view, file, adjustments. No. Oh, canvas size. Here we go. Let's go for something really daft here. Oh no, I want to resize the whole thing. I don't think that's going to work, is it? Nope. Maybe it's sprite size. 250. Oh, lock ratio. I do love this. It's so pretty. All right, there we go. We've got a tiny little lift. Save that. Okay. Let's re-import it in here. Assets, backgrounds, elevator, import, turn off the filter, make it all 8-bitty. Play. Go the elevator. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's go back now into our user interface, and maybe we would just want to make sure all images scale up to fit in the box rather than scaling, trying to scale them down. Excuse me. Right, okay. So image, elevator. Here we go. All right, expand. No. Scale. Yes. Play. Elevator. Boom. We are in business. So we want to scale up to get this working. That's very good news. All right. So let's assume that's going to be the size of our background images for now. We can always come back and change all that. Remember, we're not striving for perfection here. We're just striving for progress in a particular direction. We can always come back and optimize and so on. So we'll get the bedroom. Where's that bedroom? Okay. Huge. Copy that, paste it in here, and scale it down. Oops. Oh my goodness. Hold down Shift to maintain perspective. The ratio. Go. Save as. Save that as the bedroom. Yes. Okay. Any others? Nope. Oh. Yeah. Get rid of quarters then. And we'll rename bedroom to quarters. And re-import these bad boys with the filter off. And then we are going to go back into the game and quarters. Going to set the texture to quarters. Boom. All right. So now we should start off in the quarters and then move to the elevator. Bing. All right. Let's just put in a few more just for testing purposes, seeing as we're on a roll here, trying to make things work. And we're going to change all these locations. Actually, let me just give you a little update on where we're at with the story and kind of design. Because Steph gave me an update the other day. Let's see what she says. She says, audio message comes in from Daddy, who asks him to remember a time they did XYZ together. Then it prompts for a 4-digit PIN. Let's say it was their first walk out on European soil together. There's several items in the quarters, lots of red herrings. There's a book with memories, photographs, videos. And these are going to give you some backstory, but you've got to find out that the PIN code is the first European walk, which is dated as 2077. And that's the PIN to unlock the message and play that part, which prompts the rest of the story. So everything will start from there. It'll be like a demo. A tutorial. You'll build up to the game. So she's saying that the first thing we're going to have is just the quarters, and the quarters will be a bedroom, a living area, and a study. Never have the toilet. These can be used throughout the game. I still think we should. I mean, I don't know what purpose the toilet could have, but I mean, it would be crazy to have a quarters without a toilet, right? I think this that detail. It's just a completely pointless place to go. Maybe we can make this a survival game. Go in there. You could go to the kitchen, have lots of cups of coffee, and then you need to relieve yourself, so you then go to the toilet. We could do something like that. Who knows? That would be a first. The first audio-based survival game. So the bedroom, living area, and study will be the first part of the game. So puzzle 1 will be searching for memories and clues to get the PIN, and also demonstrate moving between locations as well as solving a puzzle. So that's all good. All right. So moving on. I might actually put some music on. Every time I put music on, I get these copyright warnings. I don't know if that's bad or not. It tells me the video is demonetized. I don't really care, but I found a copyright-free music website. So I'm just going to plug in some sound on there, see what we get. I feel like there should be like some sort of YouTube radio station that I can just press, click play on. YouTube friendly radio. Nope. Certainly ain't. Should go for a bit of chill out. Let's go for some. Let's go for some old time historic. What's that? Turns out it's nothing. Oh no. No. There we go. Put that down a bit. There we go. Bit of background audio. Yeah. Oh, this was just playing earlier, right? This is Young Carts Jeopardy. Quite funky. Right. Moving on. Okay, we've got this working, so we're going to look for some more images. So we're going to get a medical bay. So Pixabay has copyright-free images. We're looking for a medical. Let's go for a medical lab. I mean, what we really need is a graphic artist at some point, so we'll come back to this, but go for that for now. Thank you very much. Go for a nice wee one. Gimme. Thank you, Michael Zamaluk. Next, we need R&D. What's an R&D lab look like? Research lab. Let's go for a engineering. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, these guys live in the dark. Oh yeah, what? Ah, paid. These are all paid for ones. What? This is so bad. Let's just put engineering in. Okay. All right. We'll just use this. Download. Then we need development lab. Blimey. Development lab. Let's go for a coffee shop style. Yep. Okay, let's go for an internet cafe. Yep. Oh, wrong site again. Yep, cool. You're at your computer. See? This is all just temporary, guys, but trying to make sure we got something fairly complete-ish. I might ditch the testing lab. So we'll just format these images. Where are you? Okay. Looks like all his tunes start off with that. Nope, can't paste into A-Spray. Damn. We'll go for Godot, projects, Sphodio, assets, original. Thanks to the other artists that created these, the photographers. Can I open them all? Yes, I can. Sweet. Boom, boom, boom. All right, copy that. Paste it in the bedroom. Shrink it down, holding, what's it? Control. Shift. Nope. Yeah, shift. There we go. Save that as... what was that? That was the lab. Med. Okay, cool. Okay. Then this one. This was R&D. R and D. Okay, and then finally the coffee shop, which was development. Okay. Development. Okay. All right, let's set these up. Re-import them. Turn off the filter, re-import. Okay, so medical is medical. R&D is R&D. Development is development. Now, if we want to get rid of a location, we need to delete the testing lab, and then we need to delete all the locations that link to it. So I believe the development lab might link to it. Nope. R&D does, definitely. Yes, it does. So we're going to delete testing. Now, can we delete? We can. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Medical elevator takes R&D. That should be it. All right, play. Here we go. So we're in our quarters. We're going to the elevator. We're in the elevator. We're going to go up to medical. We're in medical. Nowhere else to go. We go back into the elevator. We go to down to R&D. We're in the basement. Who else is here? The development lab. Go into the development lab. I'm at my PC. Go back into R&D. Back into the elevator. Back up to the quarters. Go to bed. Boom. All right. We are moving and we are visualizing that movement. Super. Yeah. Okay. What's next? What's next is a quick commit. So we have resized images, so they are upscaled. Just say images are upscaled by GUI to fill image location. All right, great. I didn't need to push those original images, but say, hey ho, quite big. All right, what's next? Let's retrieve today. 22 minutes in, got it working. I think I'm gonna have get a little overlay down here working. I'd like to have the description of where you are. What we wanted to do is turn this in. If we look back at our prototype image, I want this section that talks about, says something here, narration. Ultimately, the description will be the narration, so it makes sense to utilize that section. Okay, I think it might be time to implement a bit of audio. Do you want objects yet? Just thinking, you know, in terms of clarity of vision and designing something that's usable, that's scalable, and demonstrates what it's supposed to do. We've got enough right now that we should be able to demonstrate the audio side of things, although that might be quite a lot of work. Quite like the thought of creating all that audio. I'd rather create that audio for something that's going to stay. In this case, we are not going to keep any of this really. It's temporary, so yeah, let's get some audio introductions here. It's supposed to be the Svodio game, so it's all about the audio. Let's do something here. Okay, so we'll do some lines here. Just hit play. Okay. So we need some sort of means of having a story. So there does need to be some sort of progression as to how the audio works. So we could have like first load, right? Which could be the so what should we call this? Play it on first load. Let's say it's called intro. Right, so let's do the quarters first. So you wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes. Heating was left on your mouth. Let's try. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You are in your quarters. Okay, and then so that's the intro. But if you go back to this, so just a normal visit. Right? Because it's a bit like a text adventure. And maybe we don't even need that. I mean, why have that? Just don't need it. Let's play it on the first load. I'm thinking that we've actually got a need for a some kind of I don't know what the word is. Not a diary, is it? It's like a log. An entry log. So, you know, if we're going to have all this sort of text going on, this sort of adventure building, you want to be able to just like flick that log open and see where you were. So it's not going to say like you walked into the elevator and pressed this switch, but it will say things. It will say something. You know, play the intros. And that makes sense. So we also want sort of background audio, right? So this will be low hum of oh man, what are those things called you get in hotels? Keep you cool. Well, you get them in all sorts, but not in my house. I don't know. Let's go for a humidifier. I don't think that's what I'm looking for, but okay. So interesting. So we need an entry log. So we need some sort of way of storing the text as we go along. And our locations need some kind of event text trigger, and these two are tied together. So let's try and code this up. All right. Okay. So let's open our location object. Scene, location. Let's go into our location script. All right. So at the moment, we've got the location name. I still think we need to change that. Still think we should be just using the name of the node. something niggling me about it. And that I think maybe we do need it, but we just don't know we need it. We've got the exits from that location leading to other locations. We've got the introduction. So I think that's actually what we're trying to do here. So we're going to have two things, right? We've got the introduction text, and then we're going to have the introduction audio. Right. So we're going to export something new here. It's not going to be a string. It's going to be audio. So what is an audio node? I haven't done any of this stuff yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So what we got: audio stream player 2D, spatial audio stream player 3D. That'd be cool. Having a 3D sort of audio around you. That'd be really cool. I wonder how that could work. I wonder if we could have like a 3D backend that is just purely for spatial audio, and then we can have our sources and position where we want characters and noises. So, but then, I mean, the majority of audio is all 2D anyway. So, found something really weird, but my headphones have got a groove. I don't know if you can hear that, but they've got grooves on the sides. These really fine, thin grooves. But if I angle my fingers, my fingerprints fit into the groove, and I can move my fingers around like a record player. It's bizarre. Anyway, right. So let's go have a look at this. Audio stream as a stream, which is probably it's probably the sample, volume, pitch, scale, playing, autoplay, stream pause, distance, attenuation. Oh, this is fun. Nice. Oh, we've got area mask as well. Okay. What that's for? Okay, so it's going to be a stream, right? Audio stream object. So let's try that, see what happens. Audio stream. Yes, yes, yes. I think that's going to work. Get rid of that. So we've got introduction text and introduction audio, which will be one and the same thing. Feel sorry for anyone having to tile this together, but actually it's not too bad. Right, okay, so quarters. Introduction text. So we open up our text here. And voila. Okay. Okay, let's record some audio. Stop this. Thank you, young cats. Right, what have we got audio-wise? We've got this baby, Audacity. Okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, let's record some audio, and just gonna go into my audio settings here. Go for some bass. I don't know which one's which. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that'll do. I don't know what the difference is. People say it sounds different over the mic, but I really can't tell the difference here. So, okay, here we go. In fact, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go So this is G2 Shucks. This is London Spitfire Prophet. This is TSM Ablazo Live. This is TSM Daquan. And this is TSM Hamlins. See if there's any difference there. Looks like there might be. So this is G2 Shucks. This is London Spitfire Prophet. Wow, this is TSM Ablazo Live. This is TSM Daquan. This is TSM Hamlins. Alright, that's pretty cool. So this is G2 Shucks. This is London Spitfire Prophet. This is TSM Ablazo Live. I'm going to go for the Ablazo Live. I think sounds all right. Okay, right. Let's read our script out and record it. Turn word wrap on here. Make sure we've got this. Okay, here we go. Prepare to cringe. All right. You wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes. The heating was left on and your mouth is dry. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters. Now, I'm no writer, but we're just doing this as a test, right? So, okay, I'm going to cut the end off and cut the beginning off. I'm not going to tidy it up any more than that. Save as OGG, I think is the format we need. I just noticed that earlier, although I have done another project where I needed some audio. Man, I needed like a shortcut to my projects here. Dev, Godot, projects, audio. We need an audio folder. Okay, and let's call this quarters. Call it. We'll have intro. Group all our intros together, and then quarters. Perfect. Okay, save that. Happy days. All right. So, audio. Here we go again. Oh, there it is. Go to import. Loop. No, thank you. Re-import. Vorbis. Okay, introduction audio. Pop it in there. Oh, yeah. Right. So now we've got to make sure that it only plays once. And it only plays once that location loads. And then we've got to stop it if we move location, presumably. Or we stop the controls whilst it's playing. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to do there. You might notice in that other game, I had a little bit of audio control. I might jump back in there and have a look at how I did it. Because the way I did it with that, in fact, let's just do that. Let's jump in there and see how we did that. So, I mean, the coding here is just bloody awful. Let's have a look. Play audio. Okay, right. So plays an OGG file for player speech. It's kind of what we want. So what I was trying to do here is I was trying to. So when you use play audio, it kind of freezes and waits for the audio to finish playing. Because let's have a look. So when our guy is talking, pop.
What the hell's going on? Where are we? What the fuck just happened?
We want to know how long the audio is and how long to show the text for. Ooh, the clicks. So that's quite interesting. I might just take that function, pop that in here for it. Come back to that. Say. So, okay, right. So I was creating a scripting language here so that I could script up all the players. So the heads bob up and down. There's a little speech container above the player that gets populated with the text. We fade in the text. We wait for the fade in to complete. and then we wait for however long it should take to play the audio. So talk time. We're passing in talk time. This is so bad, but still it's useful to know. Hold on a sec. The doggy is trying to get in. Oh, here he is. Hello. How are you doing? So we have a flag here that says whether they're talking or not. True. They've finished talking here. And then we emit a signal that says they finished speaking. Man, I've forgotten how to do all this stuff. Pretty cool. Okay. Speak, text, and a file name. Talk time equals however long the audio takes. Oh, right. Okay, so speak is basically the command we'd use. And move is how to move a character around. And cutscene. So I had a global variable called cutscene. So it'd freeze everything whilst the cutscene was playing. Damn, it's pretty cool, this. Okay, so I've copied that. That's cool. I don't need some sort of say, but this still might be useful. So, yeah, I think I might use this, but I think it just needs a bit of work. So we'll come back to it. So paste that in. Let me just look at my script. Is it this here? Yeah, so there you go. So you can see I yield until the object's finished. We get the signal saying it's finished speaking. So I can say, this is what I do. So that's the text that's going to play, and here's the file. I prefer the way we're doing it in the other one, because we can program all this through the UI. Although this is great for sequences. So we might actually want some sort of sequence as well. Cool. I don't think I ever tried this. Okay, let's get back into the other project. All right. So, what will do the talking? Well, I think the location, we always assume that the player's in the location. And at the moment we're saying the location is the deciding factor. But what if you want to have some sort of sequence play, regardless of the location? Shouldn't we have a number of scripts and sequences in some kind of scripting file, and then point to the script that you want to play from here? And then you can essentially script up everything in one place. It's a tricky one. I see. I don't know how the game's going to work yet. So another thing we need to know is, have they been to this location yet or not? Just going to pop that in as well. So location. We don't need to expose it. Yeah, and when we actually do a update GUI, so when we do this change location, it's in the player script. Current location equals location. So I think if we visit a location, this is the thing, right? I'm just trying to remember all the bloody object-orientated rules. Encapsulation and all that sort of thing. Do we want the player telling the location that you've been there? It's the player that's visited the location. So, yes, I think we do. It's the player's. It's essentially, it was at the player's first visit to that location. So, can we do, I don't know, get node $, I don't know if this is going to work. How do we get the location back here? Location, game. Right, so we need a link to the current location. So that's just current location. And then we need to set location.node, location underscore node dot visited. Yeah. Visited equals true. So okay, I think that's right. So the location visited equals false, but when you visit it, it's true. Then again, though, let's change the location. Yeah, okay, so what we're saying here is that the player character because the player is kind of like the viewer, it's like the camera, but the player defines where you are, where you have been, what you have, possessions, items, what you say, etc. So it makes sense that the player is the sort of defining object. What I'm thinking is that if we're saying that if we're saying that visited is set here, then we've also got to remember that if this is the first time, then we've got to say something here. So we've got to do was it the first visit? If so, cue the audio. Now we need some kind of, I think we need some kind of like audio cue. We've got to basically lock the game down while stuff's playing, and then allow it to advance in a controlled fashion. Otherwise, you get this process of things getting carried away, and it makes it hard to sequence things. So I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. Let's bring in these functions. I don't know if these are the right functions to put in here, play audio and so on, but I'm going to put them in player for now. Maybe we'll move them later. So speak audio.stream. Wonder what speak audio was. Just going to jump back and have a quick peek. I think it's some kind of just built-in audio player node. Have a quick look. Speak audio. Let's have a look at the player object. Speech container. Audio stream player. Speak audio. So it's just a link to the audio stream player on the player. I think that's probably the same thing we want. The sort of narrator object, so makes sense. Oh, I'm glad I did this earlier. Wish I'd started on this sooner though. Forgotten so much. Yeah, speak audio. Okay, so it's the player script. So yeah, so the player object, we're adding the audio stream player. We'll call this the narrator. Nice. We link to the narrator when this loads. Narrator. Install the narrator. Fabulous. And okay. Talking isn't declared. Don't really care. Oh, well, maybe we do. Essentially, you want an ability to skip. Maybe you've played it before and you want to try different options. You want to just... I think that's nice. So talking's fine. Talking true. We don't want to have any sort of animation player. We might want to add text to a GUI container. So yeah, so let's add a GUI container to the user interface. We were going to add it the bottom overlay. So what I want is to kind of color it in a slight gray. So color rect. Where is it? Is that it? Yeah, that must be it. So it's going to be I don't know how color rect works. So yeah, you can see that, but like if I put in 100 there, it's going to be coming out. We want black and then set it. Yeah. A bit of transparency, but I want it to fit. I want it to fit to this. Okay. It's time to get Google up and ask Google. First of all, let's put young carts back on. We're going to get the hey. Maybe try something else. What? Page 2. Wow. Shaolin dub. All right, let's try some out. Interesting. Okay. Right. So color rect. Color rect. Godot. Stretch. Container. What are these called? VBox container. Godot, VBox container, color. Panel. And that might be it. You're exposed to the child of a control that does have a background color. Okay. I would have thought it'd be the other way around, and I wanted the panel inside. Panel. do. Yeah. Wrong. Colorette does the job nicely. Okay. So now we can add a text box on that. What's it going to be? Is that going to be a label or text? Edit texture button? Oh, I think it's going to be a label. Okay. Let's just paste in our text here and see how it's going to look. Okay. So we want to whoa. Interesting, these shrink centers set to ticked. I have no idea what it is. There's no tooltip for it. So align left, vertically align top. Clip text, no. Case, no. Huh. Why is it so big? Okay. Alright, so if I start typing now, and I put in a little more. Yeah. Look at that. So all I really need to do is just kind of set, I need to have a maximum amount of text I can put in that box, and all should be good. I need some margins in there though, that's for sure. Let's go for 10. 20? Yeah, let's go for 20. Oops. 20, 20, 20. Oh, minus 20. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like that. Let's have a little look in live mode. Oop. Oh, it's got a crash course. All right. All right. I'm not feeling it. Sorry, shall end up. Let's try leave. Let's just get something a little bit more chilled. Okay. Soul R&B. Just copyright free, so quality is up and down. I need some retro 8-bit. Should make this. Actually, we should make this whole game. We can make it whatever style we want, right? It might be cooler. Okay, right. So we're going to update that user interface text. Clear that text out. We had to pump text in. Oh, we need a font. No. Oh, no. Again, this is not my region. You know what? I'll leave this. Let someone else decide that. We've got to get a guy on. I think I know just the man for the job. And I will be reaching out to him. Maybe I can get him on tomorrow. Give us this a little bit of a love. Okay, so all right. So this talking field, it's like is the player talking? So, okay, var talking equals false. Oops, love my semicolons. All right, okay. So we can play an audio file, pass in an audio file, make sure the file exists, otherwise return 0. Oh, this is dynamic, blimey. So this actually references a file dynamically. So this can be used for scripting like we did before. In core sounds voice. Wow, okay. We don't need all this. Okay, it's cool though. It's useful. That's actually loading the file up. But we're oh, I see. Of course, because if we've got a massive game. Yeah, I was thinking about this. Clearly, we've got a huge game. Then we don't want to preload all the audio. We want to stream it when the time comes to play it. So that's what this is doing. It's a good idea. I think maybe we only need to do that for scripted sequences though. So I am going to comment it out. Oh, WAV files as well. Jolly good. Must have found this somewhere. So really all this is play audio. Just needs to point to the audio for the player, pull it from the location. Okay. Maybe it isn't Bish. Okay. Godot GD script play audio stream. I'm just pointing to the location. That's all I'm doing. So I don't need any of this. All right, copy that out for now. In fact, wow, I really don't need much of this at all, but I do need this sort of thing. I don't need that. I don't know, all this might be useful. Man, I'm just going to comment all of it out for now. Because the way this is going to work is it's just going to get a link to the location, right? So we get linked to current location. Okay, we need to do that. Update the current location. I mean, if it's not a valid location, then it's going to crash, isn't it, probably? But... Right, so we update the current location. We'll get a link to the current location. Then we play the audio at the current location. So we use the player object, narrator. So $narrator dot play. Yeah. Okay. And then we've got to load the audio to the narrator. But it's got location audio, haven't we? Of course, right. So we've all right, we've got to load this into this. So it's stored in the location. I'm gonna have to get some help on this one. Get stream. Set stream. It's got to be set stream, and then you pass in the audio stream. Okay, let's try that out. So it's going to be location underscore node dot introduction audio. Right? Nope. Boom. Oh yeah, let's check that. Location, introduction audio. Then we set it to visited. So yeah, so what's it visited? So if not a location visited, then yeah. Was it the first visit? If so, cue the audio. Yeah, super. Let's just try that, see what happens. I don't hear anything. Okay. I'm gonna put a little note in here, print, playing audio. And then what are we playing? We're playing location. No, sorry, I don't know if I can do that. Let's try again. Nope, it's not actually even trying to play it. So what's wrong there? Let's go into our debugger. All right, let's play. Because we never set the location. So, okay, you know what? When we first load then, so in the game, we update GUI. Maybe we should be doing change location and setting our first location to be quarters. Yeah. Player. Assuming player's ready at that point. Let's try it. Nope. Capital P. Nope. Oh, yes. All right. Turn that breakpoint off. Let's try again. Nope. Visited on base null instance. Visited. Location. Visited. Is it accessible from there? Pretty sure it is. I don't need any sort of like public private stuff here, right? Changes may be lost. Why? What? Oh. Okay. So it was running. Just turn down my volume a bit. I had to hear myself talk. Get index visited on base null instance. So what it's saying then is location node doesn't exist at this point. You know what? I do need the debugger. Right, what's my current location? Current location is quarters. Okay. So next, step over with the debugger. Is that here? Step into, step over. Boom. Okay. So we're going to try and get the location node based on the current location. So it's going to try and get the quarters. So location node is null. So it couldn't get the node quarters from here. Why not? Maybe it's not ready yet. Might be a timing issue. Could be that. Let's just change the way we do this. I'm not sure about that stuff.
The pronoun this is usually defined is used to indicate
Oh,
a person,
please, Alexa.
thing, idea,
Computer,
state.
stop. Yeah. Alright, so we update the GUI here. But because we're only updating the GUI, we're updating the location, which so we're basing the current location on, but we're not doing the. So obviously we're not triggering the change location. So can I just like auto trigger the current location to change location on the first round? So I've updated the GUI and now change location to where am I changing location at the moment? In player. Where is it? Nope. Must be in location. Nope, it's in game. Oh man, this music's bad. Right, target location. Yeah, so it is definitely text, and I'm definitely doing it right. Normally, we change the location and then update the GUI, and that's in game. So quarters, and quarters. How can that not work? Let's try that. Turn off that. Nope. Visited on null instance. So still not got the location here. Why can't I get the node here? I wish I had like a little console I could type into. Try commands out. So used to coding in JavaScript. Right. It's interesting. Video memory. Not a lot. That's so cool. 63 frames per second. Great. That's so cool. Didn't know there was all this. Yeah. Struggling here. I'm deep in thought. I'm not sure why it's not working. So when the game says it's ready, I wonder what order nodes are loaded in. Let's check that out. Godot order of ready. Ready call orders reversed and when inherited. The child is called first and it has control over when to call the parent function. Ready is implicitly called as first called on the parent and then the child. Ah! Man, I mean, I can probably find this out just by testing it. Comment that out. Put in a print parent ready And then in the player, child ready. Okay, here we go. Wow, yep, so child's first, so that's why it's not working. No, it doesn't explain why it's not working. Because by the time the game is ready then, it's already there. It should be there. So it must be just my code is crap. Let's look at it again. All right. Visited on base null instance. So location node has nothing in it. I'm not sure why. Current location clearly doesn't work. Get node not working here. But normally it does. Does it normally work? Of course it does, because that said, maybe it doesn't. Has it ever worked? Wait, let's just try that again. Elevator, quarters, elevator, medical. Yeah, okay. I thought. Okay, so this code clearly doesn't work then. So location node isn't working. Maybe it needs to be. Okay, I know what this is. It's something to do with the tree. So Godot get tree. I don't care. Where's the scene tree? Okay, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a node from if it's on the same level as you, what'd you call it? It's not a parent or a node. Parent, child, and reciprocal. All right, let's try that one. So I've got to construct this. So get node. This game. And then it's the current location, which is plus current location. All right, that work? Nope. This game. Nope. This must be something really flipping obvious here. The game is able to get location node from player.current location. Let's try typing it out. See if the little helper works. Get node Dot. What's dot? Get node. Sorry. Get underscore node. Dot. Let's just look up good node and see what it says. Get node. This is not good. Oh man, this music's so bad. So bad. Jackie Brown. Node. Get node list. Oh man. Where's the... I'm struggling with this documentation as well. Godot get node. Node. Alright, fetches a node, no relative path from the current node or an absolute path from the current to a node. Excuse me. Fetching absolute paths only works when the node is inside the tree. Do I have to use the word root? Maybe I need to use the word root. Assume your current node is character. Yeah, so my game's so it should be like that. So, okay. Let's just print out exactly what we're doing here. There we go. Didn't print anything yet. Output. Nothing. What? Did it work? What's going on? Now update GUI's failing. What the hell have I done? Just comment this out again. Boom. Play. Are we working? I must have fucked up current location somewhere. What have I done? You know what? In times like this, sometimes it's worth checking the repository to see where you might have fucked something up. Because clearly I've changed current location somewhere. Well, looks like I changed it there. Really? What? Okay. So if I comment that out, are we saying that that's going to work again? Nope. Now I don't even know what's changed. What have I done? Oh, for goodness sake. All right. So I've updated location. I removed location and background image. Changed it to that. Fine. Game. Commented that out. Says it's still in. Oh, right, yeah, because it's commented it out. Player. Oh. Oh, my God. Okay. I think this is maybe going back to this, what I was doing before. Man, it's going to be the most bizarre live stream ever. I bet everyone's shouting at me right now. Anyone watching this going, what the hell? Look, dude, you did this. So when I hit change location, am I passing in a string? I wish I'd been more explicit when I set all this stuff up. So change location is called from game. So I pick a target location. Target location is passed in from exit. Exit is a string. So yeah, I'm just passing in a string into change location. Man, I have no idea what I've changed. I might just revert. I haven't changed enough to break it. Oh god, so annoying. I mean, it's just... Alright. Game. Discard changes. Sure. Location. I can't see why any of that would impact on anything. Player. Absolutely. I don't need any of this stuff. I'm not going to use it. I've got a narrator I'm setting as my object early on, but again, I'm not going to use that either. Wait, no, I am. This is my code. Copying that, stick it in my notepad here. I still need to get my log going. Right, let's start again. All right, discard. Location, fine, fine. User interface is all good. All right, okay. So, stop. Play. What? What? Load it up again. Okay. For some reason, when did I do that? I've deleted the player object. Oh my god. What? What? How on earth did I do that? Ah, right. Well, that would explain a lot. Okay. Jesus. Right. Back in action. Yeah. My God. What the hell? Didn't I just revert game? No, I didn't. How do we know when we do something like that? It's not immediately obvious. Right, okay, let's go back to where we were. So, okay, jeez. So we were updating the player code. And when we change location, okay, so let's just try that. See if that plays. Game elevator. Yeah. Game elevator. Happy days. So location node. Is that working? Presumably it didn't crash. So now play some audio. That's only going to work if the player object has narrator, which it does. Narrator.play. And location has introduction audio, which it does. All right, let's try it. So now we have to go in here. Oops. I honestly think this music is just destroying my ability to think. And we've been going an hour and a half already. So basically, /game/elevator isn't working as in the get node. What about just, I mean, how it was before? Nope. Did I remove visited? No, it's saying no. I would have thought this node path would be working. Look at that. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, node path, relative path on the current node, and absolute path in the scene tree. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with my path as far as I can see. So weird. Location node is nothing. Current location is elevator. Step over. So it's tried to get /game/elevator. Elevator. Elevator. Capital E. Capital G. Game /elevator. Still no. And it's the player script that's trying to get access to it. There's got to be something really obvious here. Is there another way I could do this, though? I'm just going to have a look at some of the ways I reference stuff in the other project. It has been a while since I've done this sort of thing. Let's have a look here. Change scene. Get oh, what about this stuff? Get tree, get current scene, get. Wow, okay. All right. Oh, that's probably because I've got so many different trees and nodes and all sorts of things. But hey, let's give it a shot. Why not? Okay. Player. Get tree, get current scene, get node, current location. Test equals. Play. Go. Breakpoint. Location's elevator. And step through. Location node is null. Test is null. Test is working. What? All right. I'm in business. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that, but this works. Good stuff. All right, we're in business. So I'll comment that out. I'll comment out that. And we should get audio when we go into. Oop. Okay. Different error. Cannot convert argument 1 from nil to float. Of course, because there's no audio for the elevator. Maybe you don't want audio all the time. So if there's introduction audio, then play it. All right. So now it's trying to play. Cannot convert argument 1 from object to float. Ew. Floater. Play. From position. No. I need to set do some sort of set stream. I thought I'd done that already. Clearly not. So narrator dot set stream. Put that in there and play it. Take 2. Here we go. And back to the
wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes. The heating was left on and your mouth is dry. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters.
Cringe. Perfect. Right. Okay. So we obviously need that to play when the game loads, and we deleted player before, which is why this wasn't working. So now we should just be able to do this. It should just work. Oops.
You wake up from a deep slumber.
Booyah.
Your eyes. The heating was left on.
Okay, excellent. Right. Now we want that text to fade in, and of course we found some cool stuff for that earlier. Where was it? Here. So it's the player that we want to do that. So we're going to set up a function called q text, and we're going to link to our user interface. So user interface /. I think we're going to have to do this again. It's going to be the same issue. Okay, so we get the current location. Now we can get the okay, and then we want to get the text box. Now, I'm sure we do this earlier, don't we? Where do we do this? Game. Yeah. So games allowed to access all this shit. Player needs to do some jumping through hoops. User interface, there we go. User interface, HBox container, main screen container. Yeah. Location image, yeah. Image overlay, yeah. Bottom overlay, followed by color rect, followed by label. We're going to rename that to narrative. Cool. Right. Whoa. Player. Narrative. Super. One speech mark. All right. So we've got a link to the text box. So now we can update the text in the text box with whatever text we pass in. We don't need to. Okay. Let's pass in some text. Super. Then we fade in that text. So hopefully we can just link to the text box here. Between it. Okay, so text, comma, audio length. And then we wait. Then we fade it back out. Complete. Then we clean the text out. Okay. So this is assuming that our text box is already, our narrative is already invisible. Yeah. So the script will fade it back in for us. So we get links to the location and the text box. We fill the text out, which is invisible. We fade it in. We keep it on the screen for as long as the length of the audio. And then we fade it out and clear out the text. So now we need to cue, let's call it cue narration. So we could actually do it here as part of this stuff as well. Yeah. works. So we could actually say, we could actually pass in the audio here, right? And then we can work out what the audio length is up here. So basically, I'm moving this down here. I am putting a Q narration here. Passing in text, which is introduction underscore text. I'm passing in the audio, which is location introduction audio. That becomes this. That becomes text. And we need to get this the length of the audio, which I think I do over here. Audio length. Audio length, stream get length. Stream being the audio object. So audio length equals audio dot get length. Var audio length. So we get the length of the audio to play. Here we get a link to the current location. Here we get a link to the current text box. Don't necessarily need a link to the current location anymore. Do we ever use it? No, we don't. Because it's our function should just cue audio narrator to play audio and display associated text. Copy. Fab. I wonder if that'll work first time. Place your bets. Here we go.
You wake up from a
Nope.
deep slumber and wipe your eyes. The heating was left on and your mouth is dry.
Null instance text
Must be
box.
morning. You're in your quarters.
Something wrong with this bit here. Maybe I need to put game here. Nope. Wait a sec. Wait, so that worked before? No. Right. So text. Yeah. So this works, the text box. Because huh? Okay. Step over. Audio length. Set the audio to play. Queued up.
You
Play
wake
it.
up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes. The heating was left on and your mouth is dry. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters.
Oh, we got no tweener. Right. User interface. The object needs this tween node. Otherwise, it just can't do anything. So it's just like a helper object. I don't know where we put it. I'll just leave it there. See if that works.
wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes.
Ah.
The heating was left on and your mouth is dry. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning.
Must be
You're in your
morning.
quarters.
God. So bad. Interpolate property base. Yeah, so tween's still not working. Because it doesn't have a link to tween, I've got to do one of these as well. Yeah. Okay. Tween. I really must be doing all this wrong. It just seems bizarre. Yeah, user interface tween. And then I should just be able to go tween and tween and tween, tween and tween and tween. Let's just check my tween. Capital T, happy days, turn off that. Stop the play and play again.
You wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes. The heating was left on and your mouth is dry.
I don't know if it's working or not because I've got text there already. Let's clear out the text in the narrative. Boom. Play.
You wake up from a deep slumber and wipe
Certainly
your
didn't see it
eyes.
fade in.
The heating was left on.
Maybe it's too quick. Okay, actually, you know what?
You wake up from a deep slumber.
Wait for it to
and wipe
finish.
your
And it
eyes.
should fade out.
The heating was left on and your mouth is dry. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters.
Ha ha! Yeah, and that shouldn't play again. Perfect. All right. Rocking and rolling. Of course, now if we had sound for the elevator and narration for the elevator, so what we kind of need to do is lock the controls while audio is playing. And then maybe if they click to skip, then we stop or fade the audio out and unlock the controls. We'll worry about that later. It's now almost 10 to 11. I've got that working. There's one last thing I'd like to do. I don't know, actually. I want to set the background audio working, but that's quite a lot of work.
You wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes. The heating was left on and your mouth is dry. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters.
All right. Baby steps. All right. 10 to 11. I'm calling it. Thank you very much for watching and have a fantastic Saturday night. Stay safe. Peace.